Yo, welcome back to Cannon Club Live. Welcome back for the first time. Myself, Mekz, alongside my bro Paul. We're here to talk about pre-season continues. Arsenal get another win, Paul. I don't know if we're used to this. Two wins on the bounce.
No, you know what? I don't take this stuff seriously at all. I don't know what season it was, but I remember we went to pre-season. We spanked PSG like 5-1 or something like that, and they had all their guys, and everyone was gassed. And I mean, Lacazette got like a brace and a Aubameyang, and everyone. I was like, yeah, I'm not getting gassed over pre-season friendlies ever again. Just about fitness and what the individual players are doing, but the results. I mean, if it comes, it comes. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get too involved.
I think what's always nice about these kind of friendlies, not so much Nuremberg last week, but this is a Premier League side. This is a side we're going to meet twice in the league this year. This is a side that we're going to meet in cup competitions potentially.
Yeah, definitely.
And although we did kind of smash Everton last day of the season when all the pressure was off, when it didn't really mean nothing,
as usual.
it's always good to still get a win against closer rivals then.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Everton didn't really pose much threat. Obviously, they had Calvert-Lewin in the air. Other than that, I think that Nkunku seemed like a bit of a flying left back or whatever he was playing.
Is he a new player? Because I haven't.
This is the thing. I kept thinking Nkunku. I was like, I was going to search him, but I didn't care at the end. But I was just like, well, I feel like he's been there before. Because I don't remember them making any sort of signing like that. It might be recent time, but yeah, he was a little bit of a live wire. But other than that, you know, it was just we kind of controlled the game. They were just kind of hitting for counter attacks and stuff like that. But it's a good look for us. It's a good look for us. You know, our savior came again and scored, but we'll get onto that, I'm sure. but yeah, no, it's a good look for Arsenal. We look like we're in control. Overall, we were a lot better than when we played Nuremberg. A lot more control, just like our new guys and the first team. That looked like pretty much the first half or 60 minutes was pretty much the first team, and they looked sharp. They looked, in control, and then our kind of second string guys came on and did what the second string guys do. So
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we definitely will.
We're gonna talk about that.
We definitely will.
All right, guys. Before we get into kind of the breakdown of this match, do all the usual stuff for us, please. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you're new here. Run it up, share it on your socials and that. Arsenal 2, Everton 0. I'm gonna try and do the team off the top of my head. It was our new keeper, Matt Turner, in goal. Cedric at right back. Centre backs, finally, William Saliba and Gabriel. Who was left back?
Tavares.
Tavares left back.
Yeah.
Xhaka and Partey in the middle. Right hand side, it was Saka. Number 10, Odegaard. Left, Martinelli, and up top, Gabriel Jesus.
There we go.
Like you said, this is probably as close to a first team that we will see.
Yeah.
So it was good to see all the boys kind of back from their holidays and getting the rust off and getting involved. I don't like all the business that we've had in previous seasons of people returning late, probably because of European competition or World Cup or whatever the case is. But you want your first team back together, gelling. Let the second string man be the ones that are still on their Hollywood.
Still on Hollywood, yeah. I can't even lie. I was watching a lot of I don't normally watch a lot of the training stuff. There's little edits that they do. But I was just watching it this week. I was like proper in it. And I was enjoying like seeing the energy, even seeing Torreira there, busting jokes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
Torreira that said he'll never return.
He'll never return. He's there busting jokes. Like, good to see Saliba obviously there.
Yeah.
He looks like he's really integrated into the group. Gabriel's there. I don't know why I'm going with his hairline.
But okay, let's address this quickly because during last season, I'm sure he went and got his hair done. And he had a full hair.
Sharp. It was sharp. His hair was hairline was full right there, perfect line up, everything. And then all of a sudden now, hair gone, and granddad flex with everything. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he got like some. I think he had the piece to get the legit thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I
Anyway,
mean,
yeah.
big
I
up
was just
Gabriel in it.
confused. Big
Like,
up Gabriel, man.
yeah, it's, like on just an aesthetic level, it's probably not easy to come out in public like that.
No, of course not. Of course not. That's very
So
true.
yeah,
That's very
big up
true.
him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was confused. I have been
Yeah.
confused for the past week when I see him, and I'm just thinking, but this guy had a whole shape up last year. Like,
I don't know, man. But yeah, and like I said, I think I've just seen that the energy in the camp looks good. Even even the fringe players, Pepe, Maitland-Niles, everyone just looks like they're having a good time. Nelson. So I don't know. In a way, I'm kind of wondering, there will be people going, like that doesn't obviously, we can't read too much into it and think everyone wants to stay and everything, because at the end of the day, it's like friendlies. They're in America, they're chilling, they're enjoying themselves. But it's good anyway to see that the energy in the camp looks good. So much so that I'm even intrigued to just see them kick a ball around. You know what I mean? So yeah, good vibes for the Arsenal.
It's good. I mean, this is one thing where I've always thought, even in last season, at times when things were dire, I thought the one thing I could still say is that these boys are still together and these men are still kicking for Arteta.
Yeah.
So even when we were losing and things weren't looking good, I thought, but he hasn't lost the dressing room.
Yeah.
Which is most important. And then obviously from there, I mean, ultimately we know it's a young group of players anyway, so there's going to be peaks and troughs in their play. But yeah, it's good to see the energy. It's always good when they're out of the country anyway, playing football under the sun.
Yeah,
like things are always going to look a bit more glossy anyway.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah,
but yeah, man, let's kind of get into this match. I thought for the entire first half, Arsenal were on top. We didn't see much from Everton. One thing I'll say is Saliba composure just
on 100.
This guy,
Big Bill. I'm telling you, that guy. I was so impressed. It was so nice to see him in an Arsenal t-shirt. We did, again, as usual, we did the whole slot into a back three, and he was controlling that right centre back space perfectly, good on the ball whenever he was under pressure. And I like seeing he's kind of like the last man, like he's making them runs, like clearing up.
Good turn of pace on him as well.
100%. Like, I'm so excited to just see what he will do in the Prem. I'm just hoping that he will make a mistake at some point. We just don't want to get on his back because of all the hype around him. But yeah, honestly, that first half, composed, easy with it, good with his feet. I don't know. Like, obviously, he's gone to Marseille and he had an amazing season. But I just kind of look back and think maybe he could have had an amazing season with us last season. But we move.
Yeah, I think the development is important. Getting all of those games that he got, it's very, very important. Like, and even not that I heard he made mistakes out there, but you want to see them make mistakes and learn from it, make mistakes outside of your team.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, so him and Gabriel together. I was thinking Ben White.
I don't know, Benny Blanco might just have to chill with a I don't know, might have to hold bench for a little while.
I was thinking we spent 50 mil on Ben White, and he's been good last season. He was a good player.
He was
but I'm just thinking these man together.
It looks like a higher.
It looks proper. It does look proper.
It looks proper. It's like, if you say Saliba and Gabriel at the back, you're just like, okay, they're gonna have a hard time getting past us in the air, on the ground. Yeah.
And Gabriel came from Lille, didn't he?
Yeah.
So maybe there's a bit of French speaking between them. Maybe I don't know how good his French ever was. I think he was there for a couple of seasons at least. So maybe it's easier to communicate with him than more so than maybe Ben White.
Maybe Ben White, yeah. I mean, I guess it's different because I was hearing Gabriel in an interview with that Frimpong guy that does all the Arsenal media stuff, and his English was okay. But I think obviously in the heat of the game, you might just revert back to mother tongue. You know what I mean? Because you're just like, move this way. And it's like, mum will just say one, I don't know any Portuguese in it. But you know what I mean? Like, it'll just revert to that. So maybe it'll be a bit easier with Saliba. Maybe there's some French that they've picked up, the important things like move this way or step back or up 5 yards and stuff like that. So, definitely really happy with Saliba's performance. I mean, the whole back line, solid. Obviously, we kept a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Even when we had the change up the whole team at some point. Everyone seemed to really know their job. I don't remember many opportunities that Everton kind of cut us open. Really, really impressed with them. Anything else to add?
I think it was good to see Partey in there. Obviously, he's been center of some allegations, and the fact he figured made me think, all right, at least for now, it's all just alleged stuff that
exactly.
He's in the team. They wouldn't have done that if it wasn't the case. So it was good to see him in there. Still next to Xhaka. I know as a fan base, we still want an improvement on that pairing. Ideally for Xhaka to come out of the pairing, but again, Xhaka's he's been a trusted member of this Arsenal team for many managers. So
I mean, it was the one point where I could see during the game where I just felt we still need an upgrade on that 8, and I got to give it to Xhaka. He's tried. I'm seeing man in the box for once we attack down the right, he's making a beeline into the box. He's doing all the things. So you can tell, I can understand why a coach would like him, because he's doing all the things the coach will ask for him to do. He's even I saw him trying to make a couple more progressive passes rather than just playing it up the left and stuff like that. But it was just clear that we just need somebody a bit more used to, or who's more of a specialist in that role, where Xhaka's just like a midfielder who is doing a decent job. We definitely need an 8 who can do it more. I'm really annoyed about Fabio Vieira being out, because I kind of felt this would be great. You want to see where he would slot in, but it's just a bit of a mad thing. But that was the only real complaint I had. It was, like you said, great to see Partey doing his normal stuff, like playing them, knife edge balls right through the middle of the park. And what did you think of the attack?
It looked good, man. It looked good. Obviously, we've seen what Saka has been doing in the past year. Martinelli, like this guy, he drives, and I like the aspect of him. He goes to the byline, but then he kind of cuts across. But then a lot of times in this particular match, he was on what is it? Is it the touch line? Like the one of the goal? Running against that line, looking to just one of them ones, chop it back, giving someone a tap in. He's driving at defenders. Like for a defender, it's frightening.
There is no doubt in his mind. It don't matter who he's up against. I'm going for you.
Yeah.
I'm going for you every time. And he's taking them right to the byline. He's pushing you into the box. Now you don't want to touch him too much. He is just becoming, I think he really, really, if he can keep his shooting boots on, I really think he's going to be something. And the one thing I wanted to touch on is that where I think he's going to really strive, what I was seeing a lot more is him and Jesus are going to have a sick link up. Yes. Only because he's so much more, Jesus I'm talking about now, mobile. There were so many times where they'll be playing 1-2s and then Jesus would take a 1-2 and then kind of move up towards the left and Martinelli would make a run into the middle. And I think that's where all of a sudden now we're going to get a lot more Martinelli. You're going to see him down the centre more. He might not start there, but because Jesus might make a run out into the left channel, Martinelli's going to come straight in. You know what I mean? And even vice versa for Saka. I think it's just going to lead to a lot more shooting opportunities for both of them, where before maybe they just found themselves there or they were just scoring from their respective wings. It just looks like a deadly day up top. Yeah.
We still need more, like we've been saying. We want another wide player at least.
Definitely.
I personally think Fabio Vieira is going to be like a backup wide option. More so than down the middle. But some excellent running by Martinelli. Saka doing his thing. And Jesus just again continues to
impress.
It's impressing, and it's the simple stuff that you ask for strikers to do, even when it's not your day. Just keep running at man, terrorizing people. And he's doing that just to get into his goal. When that corner comes in, when that corner comes in and misses everybody, and he's just there kind of at the back post, but a bit out, like he literally has 1 second to track that ball to look up if he looked up,
if he even looked,
and one place to
one.
put that ball, and he literally just done it, banged it all in 1 second. Control, kind of got it out of his feet and smashed it into the net. Like,
bro, when I saw that goal, I was like, this guy's different. This guy is different. You know, when you need to kind of like take, and I will say, take a step down in sort of caliber of teams, and you can really, but it's kind of done more for him because you're kind of seeing him for like, in all the gloss of Man City, he can get lost. But I know it's only 2 friendlies. You don't want to get too excited, but that goal, I'm sorry, the way to trap it, the ball's coming up high. It's not like he's just controlled it like, you know, on the touch first. The ball's bounced just before it's got to him, and he's killed it. And then one touch, bam,
got it dead. Yeah.
That's different. That is different. And that's what we need. Like, God forbid that guy gets injured. I swear down. I swear down, bro. He's different class. He's different class. And yeah, I think he's really, really going to hit the ground running once the Prem gets up and running. I think he's really showing his worth and his class. Yeah. And
this is the importance. This is the importance of buying people that already know the league as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know, this is why I remember we were talking beforehand about the price for Gabriel and how many years he had left, and is he that much of a goal scorer and all of that kind of stuff. Like, for me, more importantly, I would pay the added tax because this guy knows this league. He's played here for what, 4 years already? 4 and a half years.
4.5 years,
that's invaluable experience.
Yeah,
that experience is like, I think Arsenal, I can't remember the guy's name, but Arsenal signed some young boy from America, and they've sent him out on loan to Birmingham.
Oh, the Austin Trusty.
Yes,
the
that's
right
guy.
back. Yeah.
Apparently, this guy is brilliant.
Yeah.
Touted by all the top clubs, all of that kind of stuff. But you still need to go and learn how to play in this country.
This is the thing, yeah.
Like, it's so important that I feel we're signing players, and obviously we're going to talk about Zinchenko later on. It's so important we're signing players that are ready to come and do this now.
To do the job. This is the thing.
And guys that they have something to prove. Yeah, they seem to all be coming from Man City right now, but it's like, at Man City, you're just a rotational option, even if you're playing like 30 games, because Man City go deep into bare competitions.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, 30 games is actually not enough.
Bro, Pep Roulette. You know what I mean? You think De Bruyne starting, he's on the bench. It's not even one of them. It's other than Edison. You know what I mean? The starting lineup varies pretty much. So, yeah, I'm with you 100% Prem-ready players. And that's why the idea of Jesus, Tielemans, Zinchenko, it just says these are guys who are at the upper echelon of this football team who can come in immediately and make us better. I just think, you know, he's like, back to Jesus, he's just been a breath of fresh air, especially after that other number 9. Like, you know, I don't want to disrespect Lacazette, but I think it's just what the link up play I was seeing Jesus doing. I just felt like, you see, this is why I weren't rating what Lacazette was doing too much, because I just felt like there are so many guys doing that stuff and not getting the praise because Lacazette dropped DM and was popping off passes. Everyone was moving mad. Not that it weren't helpful at the time, and we needed the link up play because it helped us kind of play football when we were transitioning away from Aubameyang. But Jesus can do that and then some. You know what I mean? He just looks different.
He's got more to his game. He's a better. I mean, we could still sit here now because of his previous and say Aubameyang is a better striker.
Yeah.
But Jesus is a better football player.
Yeah, football player. Yeah, that's it. 100%. Yeah.
And then literally, this gave me that then Fabregas, was it Fabregas against Tottenham when we scored and then literally straight up.
I know my favorite goals ever, man. Yeah, definitely.
Like, it literally gave me those kind of vibes because before I blinked, Saka was right at the back post putting something in. I think there was rumors or people saying it could have been offside. Or
potentially
something like that. But
it is what it's a friendly, you know.
Friendly, isn't it? Like,
I think that's again what I was talking about. The ball comes into Jesus, and he kind of turns and he kind of goes out wide. Martinelli makes the line in front, and obviously Jesus has gone for Martinelli, and he would have been, in on goal. But the balls are a bit too strong, and like any good attacking player, remind me of Perez of old days coming through at the back post.
Yeah,
Saka's there to tucks it away, and we're just going to need loads of that. It's not every day. I kind of felt like a lot of Saka's goals he had to work hard for, but it would be good if he can just get that movement sorted. Not that it's bad, but to pop up in the right places. And in 3 minutes we were 2 to the goods and couldn't complain, man.
Arsenal have a thing about just scoring hella goals in quick succession.
Yeah.
Might be over like a 10-15 minute period, 3 goals go in and the game is done.
And the game's done. That's it.
Especially when that happens in the first half.
Yeah.
Like we never seem to then kick on from there. It's like that's it. Yeah, 2-0, 3-0, maybe even 4 in 20 minutes, and the game is finished.
Finished, and then
everyone's already just passing the ball around and waiting for next week to come now. I mean, we'll get onto the second half and the subs and everything in a sec, but it is a bit of a dangerous. I mean, 2-0 is not a scoreline where it's like, all right, it's done.
Yeah, it's done.
3-0 maybe, but 2-0 is still a bit.
It's always a bit dodgy. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see us. I mean, not to say we weren't attacking, but I kind of just think, generally speaking, anyway, I want us to go for the kill. I want it to be seen more 3-0 score lines, or you know what I mean, or again, and I think the 5-something will help with this. But when you get to 3-0, the team's got to do a madness to come back. I know, remember Newcastle, and there's been loads of times teams have pegged us back, but when it's 2-0, you just think all it takes is one goal, and then all of a sudden, bare long balls are raining in, and everyone's anxious and nervous. But definitely just feeling like Arsenal need to, and Arteta said it. He said he needs goals this season. 100. Goals. We need goals. So we want to be seeing. I don't even mind, obviously you want to keep it sharp at the back. But again, if we're getting 3-1s, 4-1s, I don't mind it. But these 2-0s, these 1-0s, and even to kind of, I know we haven't experienced it yet, but I need to see us come back and win some games. We only did it once last season in the Prem. Once. And Arsenal used to be the one, you got 1-0, but you knew the game went over. We could come back and slap you 3 or 4. You know what I mean? But now it just seems once we go a goal down, there seems to be no gusto.
Well, we came back and beat Nuremberg.
If we didn't come back and beat Nuremberg, I'd be on my knees, mate. I'd be like, you better run to that transfer market. Come back and beat Nuremberg.
Oh gosh! Well, no, you're right. We definitely do. Yeah. I mean, ideally, I don't want to see us in that position, but if we get into that position, we need to be able to, come back. I was even thinking the scoreline thing that you're mentioning. It's only like on away days that I want to see us maybe win a 1-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even I was going to say away days and against the big teams, but if you look at the history of the big teams playing each other these days, these are like thrillers. Like goals are flying in for both teams. Like even those cagey 1-0s and stuff are days of old. Like it's not happening. Goals really is the motive.
Yeah.
100%. We get into the second half.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the changes had been wrong for both teams. The intensity of the game somewhat died. The quality of the game has somewhat died. I saw Iwobi pop up and I was thinking, Iwobi, how you doing? It's just he is someone I would deem maybe one of the better players in that second half, but again, his issue was always like a lack of end product, and we saw that there as well. I mean, again, I'm going to go back to this second team we almost vouched for. Maybe they should stick around, some of them. What are we saying now? We've seen them on 2 occasions against 2 completely different types of opposition.
Yeah. I think what the conclusion I think I've come to is that we just can't play them all
together.
You gotta just rotate 1 or 2 in at a certain point, and I mean that's how really it is. You don't drop like everyone, you lose fluidity and quality drops off too high. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to see where certain people might flourish. So you got a home game against who's dead? Let's say last season against Norwich or something like that.
Yeah.
You can rest Tierney, put in Tavares. Maybe you don't let Saka start and you put in a Nelson or like a, and then you keep the rest of the team. And then if you're in trouble, you can bring them man off the bench. If not, then you can give more rotation to more guys. You can throw Maitland-Niles on. You know what I mean? That's how you get everyone fresh, involved, and so on and so forth. But you just can't. I don't want to see Maitland-Niles in the middle and then Bellerin right back and Tavares and then hold it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
However, come Europa League, that might be what happens.
Yeah. But to be honest, I would go that way because for me, the Europa League, especially the group stages, bearing in mind, maybe we might get one half decent team in the group stage. Other than that, I would be rotating the side fully, maybe bar one or two for fitness or whatever other reason. And just that would be their stake to say, you know what, Sunday's coming. I'm trying to be on the bench. I'm trying to start. You know what I mean? That for me, that would be the motivation for those players to say, I'm giving you opportunity. I'm giving you regular football in some way, but you start playing hard. You start banging the goals against these teams or putting in great performances. That's how you get into the starting lineup. So, yeah, definitely, I think that would be that they should be enough for those Europa League teams. If not, then we've got big problems. We've got big problems. But, I just think we just lose something. And I just think a lot of them, maybe they just don't have that edge. Again, I was watching Nelson again. I feel like I've got a special interest in him. I was watching him again. I
want him to do well.
I want him to succeed. Like I want him to succeed, but again, lacking a bit of edge. Pepe, even in Nketiah, just like I was one point, I think he got the ball on the edge, and he just kind of like touched it with his right and just swiveled and hit it with his left, but there was no finesse. It was, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. It just. And I'm not getting onto anyone per se, but it's just you can see the level drop off. And I think rotation will be key this season, but we just need to be smart about how we implement that rotation and, making sure that we are putting in players to get those minutes for certain games and things like that, but not overdoing it and thinking we can make wholesale changes because I don't think we have the quality there just yet.
There might still be some more rotational options coming in. I think we've all kind of speculated as we get closer to the transfer window, some of these guys may go when clubs become desperate for players and stuff like that. So we will see. But Gabriel Jesus on the scoreboard, Bukayo Saka on the scoreboard, Arsenal win 2-0.
Yeah.
It looks good. We've got is it Orlando next?
Yeah, Orlando, yeah.
Orlando next. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. Interesting to see. I mean, I'm expecting us to spank them, TBH. I know they'll come in there, but I want to see another, even more competent performance. I want to see us kind of turn on the flare a little bit. I think one thing I will mention quickly is that as we had put out on our Instagram, Cannon Club Live, go check this out. Odegaard was there as captain, exchanging the flags at the beginning and everything. And I think, I think it's going to happen soon. I think when we get back off tour.
Okay, I was about to say, have they announced it officially?
They haven't announced it, but I think it's being pushed towards that. They might try and be a bit coy and maybe give it to someone else at a certain point, because I know Bellerin was holding it a couple of times as well, depending on who starts. But I think when Odegaard's there, he's holding the captain's armband, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, no. I'm happy because he's a quality player. We have bought him for the long term. He is a integral figure in the team. Obviously, one can talk about leadership and stuff, but I really don't think football is there anymore. This isn't the days of Tony Adams and bollocking someone in front of everyone. And this is like more these days is leading by example. Rather than just who's the loudest in the room sort of thing. So I'm happy. This is probably one of the first situations in years we haven't given someone a captain's band just to make sure they stay at the club.
It's so true.
This is a young team. It has to be one of the young generals that are captain. So for me, it just makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
just to touch up on some of our transfer news from the last, well, I say the last week, but it has been kind of quiet, kind of sprung into action on Thursday with the rumors turned, a bid has been made, an agreement is in place for Zinchenko.
Yes.
Man City left back, stroke left wing, stroke centre midfield. I've only ever seen him play left back, to be honest. And I'm happy with him. I'm more than happy with the terms of the deal. 30 million for, again, someone that has Prem experience coming in. I guess the debate Arsenal fans are having is, does he start? Does Tierney start? For me, Tierney's on the bench.
100. I love Tierney, but he's on the bench. He's on the bench, and again, I feel like we can get a lot of good rotation out of the both of them. Like you said, everything happened really fast. It was like 30 to 35 mils. Then it was 30 mil bid accepted. Personal terms being agreed. All the big hitters are reporting the same thing. So it looks like it's happening. Again, people were a bit, because I think at first when it was reported, it was like 15 to 20 that the bids were being put at, but now people are saying, 30 is too much. I think 30 is more than fine. This is someone, again, I think Zinchenko is 25, regular starter for Ukraine.
Captain of Ukraine, I
think captain now as well. And I've seen him play centre mid for Ukraine, and he does his thing. I can't lie. Very technically secure. And I just think he works perfectly.
That's calm. You know? I've never seen him play that position for anybody. So you saying that and saying that he's got the minerals to play there as well. It makes me feel confident that we're getting a good player here.
To be honest, I mean, it was only the one game. You know, the World Cup qualifier thingies against Scotland.
Okay.
Just recently, this guy they were controlling Hampden Park like it was nothing. Zinchenko was popping it here, popping it there, balls over the top. Yeah, the guy, he's got the tech for it. I don't know if it's like maybe, how like Obi Mikel would play Cam for Nigeria. I don't know if it's...
No Obi Mikel slander.
No, I'm not even slandering. I'm just saying, so I'm using it as an analogy. Like,
yeah.
But I think, I think I don't know if it's kind of a thing where they rate him more in the Ukraine team, or maybe he's more technically better there, so they will put him there. Where in Man City, there's maybe more technically better players, but again, I think he's technically sound. I think he solves a lot of problems where Xhaka was dropping into left back to kind of control and distribute. Now the 8 doesn't have to do that. Xhaka doesn't have to do that, and that just makes life so much easier for us. So I mean, what do you think? Because there's all these reports about him now saying that because Jesus moved here and he moved here to be a 9, not to do off the left, off the right, although you would understand that may happen at times. People are saying that Zinchenko is only coming because he's going to play in his preferred position, which is apparently centre mid. And I'm like, but I don't know. I don't watch enough Ukraine, but I'm sure I've seen him pop up left. He's left back for Ukraine as well. I know he's played centre mid at times, but I don't know.
I haven't seen him play centre mid at all. Like I said, I mean, it's always funny with Pep's teams because them man pop up anywhere on the pitch. So I could think I'm watching him at left back, but really he's playing centre mid. Listen, I don't know how they're gonna sell him it, because for Jesus it is easy. You're gonna be number 9. I don't know how they're gonna package this one for Zinchenko in terms of you're gonna be starting left back, or like I said, his preferred position is centre mid. That's where you're gonna play. Or play there sometimes. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it's just what the deal represents for me right now. 30 million for a Prem ready player in his prime years. It's again good, solid business, and especially where I'm looking at him as a left back option more than anything. Him and Tierney. That's the level you dream of.
This is what I'm saying.
Not like whoever is our starting player and then the drop off when someone else comes in.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just that level of competitiveness is what will get even more out of Tierney, because he knows, he experienced it last season. He knows he dropped out injured. He dropped out because he was injured. Tavares came in for 4 or 5 games. He was fit again. Tavares was still picked. So now he knows that, this is to himself, this is a better player than Tavares. So if I don't fix up, my tracksuit might be on all season. You know what I mean? He might be in his tracksuit all season, and for a player like Tierney, that will kill him. So he needs to, it's just perfect because you get the competition, we get the quality of players that we need, and again, another shrewd bit of business in this market. I don't think 30 mil is hype for a player like Zinchenko, and he pops up with assists. He's got a wicked left foot. He can put in balls, dead balls. You know what I mean? So yeah, very, very, very happy with that deal. I don't know about the centre mid being his like a preferred position thing, but from what I've seen, I think he could do a job in a free. But yeah.
So yeah, apart from that, it's kind of been a quiet week. Before this, we were. I'm hoping Zinchenko gets tied up by maybe about Tuesday.
Yeah.
Paqueta was the other name that's been banding around loads in the last week.
Yeah.
How much do you know of him? And I guess we're still talking. Who would you prefer? Paqueta, Tielemans, Milinkovic, Savic. There's a couple options being spoken around. Yeah. What's your thoughts on them?
I used to follow Paqueta a lot more because I'm more of a Milan fan. So when he was at Milan, I used to watch more Milan games and stuff. So
when he was at Milan, wasn't he playing like right wing or something?
Yeah, he was kind of coming off the wing. He's left-footed, so he'd be coming off the wing and stuff like that, or he'd be doing like this right 8 thing, like because he's kind of like a cam. He can play off the wing a little bit. Sometimes a kind of false 9 guy, but yeah, he used to come off the wing for Milan. So I was watching him there. A lot of good talent. He's kind of rangy in his height. He's kind of not small. He's like 5'10" or so, maybe 5'11". So he's a bit rangy and stuff. Good left foot. All left footers have a good left foot. So you know what I mean? Like, yeah, decent player. I kind of felt like he'd never got enough goals for the talent. And I kind of, when I was looking through his stuff at Lyon, it seems like kind of hits that same, which is not bad. It's kind of like 9 goals, 8 goals, handful of assists, kind of returns and stuff like that. So in terms of him coming, I don't know if it solved anything though. I mean, I don't know. I just looked at him. I'm not really sure. The quality is definitely there, but it wasn't something for the money. It was, we talk, I think Leon was saying 55 million euros, which is like between 50 and 53, 4 million pounds. I was like, that's a lot to spend on someone who's not exactly an amazing goal scorer or an amazing assister.
But the way they're talking about him is that he's going to be playing deeper, like Xhaka's position.
Yeah. And he's got the technical ability for it, but I don't know if he's got the combativeness. But what I do know, because again, I was on another website, FB Ref, and it allows you to see his position in comparison to forwards and to attackers, midfielders. As a forward, even though he doesn't score a lot, he creates a lot of goal scoring opportunities, a lot of shot creating activities. He's got a lot of pressures, a lot of basically he's a presser. He's a good presser. He's got a good tackle ratio, funnily enough, even though his main role for Lyon is more like in that attacking mid. But then I'm assuming that's all coming from when he's pressuring people and winning the ball off them. So, but yeah, I did see a couple rumors about him kind of like in a more of a, not 6, but kind of just like in the center of the park, literally, you know what I mean? And I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, I don't know. I still kind of feel like I'd prefer Tielemans. I think just for me, I knew of Paqueta, but I don't know him enough to know what he would bring. But from what I still remember and the little I've seen, he's still a good player. And I'm kind of just trusting Arsenal with this one. But for the price, I'm not too sure. I mean, I'm still pairing over Milinkovic Savic. I just love that guy.
Yeah. Like, I would prefer Paqueta is the bottom of the 3 for me personally. I would prefer Tielemans, since we're on this thing of signing Prem ready players. Let's continue. And then Milinkovic Savic. Ideally, I think we still do need 2 men in there rather than just the one. But Paqueta, for the money involved in this deal, like I just haven't seen enough said about him and stuff. And, Bruno Guimaraes is the guy that we seem to really want last year that we just let go to Newcastle. There was no talks of Paqueta then. So, like, what has he done in 6 months that you're prepared to spend the best part of 50, 60 million on him? I'd leave him at the door, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think even for a financial deal, you see someone like Fabio Vieira now. We got him for, was it 35?
35, yeah.
Yeah, at least if he blows, you can shift him for maybe 50, 60 if he blows up. Paqueta, I don't know if I can see us pushing him for 70, 80, if let's say he did really well.
And he's already like, what, 24, 25, isn't it?
Yeah, he's already going into the prime, if not in the prime for like midfielders and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about the finances of the deal as well, which is why I don't know. I don't think it will happen personally, but I'm still dumbfounded with what's going on with the Tielemans deal. Tielemans wants Arsenal. Arsenal wants Tielemans.
So, did you hear this thing of Tielemans just put his house on Rightmove? And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Arsenal fans or something else. Yeah, so apparently the house is already up. He doesn't want the deal with Leicester. Apparently, Leicester are looking at Pepe. That was something else that I heard as well. So I don't know if there's some leeway with that. I mean, that would be financially good for Leicester because I think Arsenal would have to be careful because we know that there's not a lot of interest for Pepe, and because it's Leicester, they could manage his wages. You know what I mean? They could manage his wages and what he's asking for. We will take a financial hit, but if that makes the Tielemans deal go a bit smoother, then I'm all for it. To be honest, let's run it up. But yeah, I think also we kind of heard, or I heard in the last couple of days that Gnabry is signing a new deal with Bayern Munich as well.
My heart, I heard that yesterday morning. My heart just. I never ever thought he was even coming back. I think the fact that he was somewhat available, it just made me think.
Heart fluttered a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
Cool.
Is there anything else that's happened? Any other deals?
Anything else? I guess I think it was still just like this left winger or another like wide winger attacker. It just seems to still be out in the wind. There was another guy. Was there another guy? I think it was a centre back again. I think it was Gvardiol. How do I say it?
I think.
Another defender, a Croatian. I don't know how to say it. It's Gvardiol. But he's Croatian, plays for Leipzig, another defender. And I technically said, listen, we've done that. Like, once Zinchenko comes in, I don't want to hear about defense again. Let's just get moving forward with some attackers. But yeah, this left winger situation, I'm not sure what makes me lean into the idea of what you're saying, that maybe Fabio Vieira is that cover there, and all this other talk, because obviously Rafinha's gone off now, and Barcelona have paid Leeds their monopoly money. I don't know what they're doing over there, because apparently Lewandowski's come in as well.
Bro, Deets. That's what they're doing, bro. I don't know how no one else has clocked this yet. How else do you sign people without having money?
Without having money, they're owing Frankie De Jong 17+ million. I don't know about that, boy. But
one last thing before we get into our challenge for the day.
Yeah.
Omari Hutchinson leaving Arsenal to go to Chelsea, right? Yeah. This is like Arsenal and Chelsea have been known for kind of nicking each other's players. Like we nicked Smith Rowe and Nketiah from the likes of Chelsea. Omari Hutchinson has now been pulled the other way.
Yeah,
because he's not going to get playing time at Arsenal. I think he's seen that his route to the first team is blocked, and he's maybe counting on Chelsea. Now, there's no doubt Chelsea know how to train a young player. Yeah. But are Chelsea the team to give a young player a chance? I don't really believe that. If you heard he was going to like Brentford or Fulham, then you'd be like, okay, cool, good on you.
I always said, go and start your career if you think you're that. But the Chelsea move, I just don't. Of all teams, with their 9 million players out on loan already.
Yeah, I mean, the financial deal must have just been, I can't turn down this kind of money. And that's it for me. Yeah. And the other thing is, I saw he's got number 7. Yeah. So is Kante leaving, or is this number 7 for under 23s?
I think it must be, because that's where he was playing before. So I feel like he's going to their under 23s because he's still only, I think, what is he?
18.
18. So he's not going into their first team. Like, he needs to, like, that's not happening. So that's why I'm not understanding the progression, because they've still got loads of players. I mean, even there was one centre back that Chelsea, I can't remember, he's meant to be really highly rated. And now, because Koulibaly's come in, the path for him, apparently his agent's looking for him to go. And a load of the Chelsea fans were really angry, saying Tuchel out because it's blocking the path of these young ones coming through. So, and Chelsea are notorious for that, you know, other than Mason Mount. I can't think of anyone else who's really come through the ranks like that, who's gotten game time. And
no, it would have been what's his face, Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah,
but, I like Loftus-Cheek, but they seem to have him more as a rotational option.
Yeah, rotational option.
And even these guys that Chelsea are signing, that you mentioned them, are they trying to catch Man City and Liverpool with these kind of signings, or are they just trying to stay afloat? Because these men aren't people that are closing the gap, in my opinion.
That's what I mean. I know we were speaking about Koulibaly, I think even off stream, like just you know, but the guy's 31 now, and they splash peas on him, and I'm like, I know a centre back's life can be a bit extended, you know, if you look after yourself and stuff, but I'm not worried about Koulibaly, you know, not like that, you know, and I'm just, I don't know, like you said, it feels like I'm not worried about Chelsea. And I mean, back to Hutchinson, it's just a shame because he was a real guy for us, like in the reserves. And you were thinking that if there was another one who could, you know, break through, you know, because academy players, it's not very often that they make it at the place where they, especially at these upper echelon teams, they don't tend to make it. So, you know, but he was one who was like, you know, Europa League's come in, you could get a couple of appearances there, maybe shoot off on loan at the second half of the season, but maybe he's thinking with Balogun, with Marquinhos, with all these players, his route was. But I just feel like Chelsea's the wrong place to go.
Yeah, Chelsea is 100% is like they can definitely train a player. We've seen that.
Oh yeah,
like to play, I don't know, but I think it's the Marquinhos still must be the one that he's thinking. Well, that should have been my chance, sort of thing.
Yeah, my slot.
He scored like last week in a friendly against Woking, I think it was. But that's one thing I definitely agree with. For the back end of last season, when we had like no one, everyone was dropping off injured. Murray Hutchinson was on the bench for all of those matches. And even in matches where we needed a goal or we needed something to happen, we didn't try him. And this is the thing. Like, you can bring me along to fill a position and stuff like that, but you're at the same time, you're bringing me along as opposed to anyone else because you think I've got the ability to sit with the first team players or offer something different. We've spoken about Arteta and how he definitely this season needs to get rotation correct. I think it was a missed opportunity, even just letting him taste the life at Arsenal in the first team in the back end of some of those matches. We may be looking at a different outcome rather than him leaving the club now. Going to Chelsea of all places.
And I guess the worry is that even though I don't worry per se about him playing for Chelsea and affecting the season anyhow, he does have the quality to, you know, if injuries happen or if they actually have a plan for him, it would be a shame to see him kicking ball for them. Because you know he's not swinging back the other way anytime soon. Like, he's gone. That's it. It's finished, especially the way he's left. So it's just a shame. But like you said, I don't believe on having players on a bench if you don't intend to use them. I know obviously you technically may have to fill it because you don't know what's going to happen. But again, games where you're chasing a goal, I mean, them times maybe we just had Pepe on the bench and that was it. You know, why not chuck on Omari Hutchinson, just see what he's saying, you know? But like you said, maybe situation could have been different. It's a big shame, but the same way, I'm not too lost over it because, you know, he's going to go on and have a career. I reckon he spends a couple seasons at Chelsea. He's going to spend loans at Vitesse and them man there, and you know what I mean. And before you know it, he'll be at another club when he gets a bit older, kind of like a Joe Willock kind of situation. You know, maybe we're just getting it done before it happened a couple seasons later. You know, but it's a shame. It's a shame.
All the best. I hope the money was good enough, and obviously if that's what you chose, then cool, innit? Like, I'm not paying your bills, so I can't chase you on that front. But Yeah, okay. I guess we'll monitor transfers closer over the next couple of days. Zinchenko
Indeed.
hopefully to be completed and announced in the next few days. Right, before we wrap up today, it's challenge time. What we
Challenge time. All right. Got another top 10 for you. I thought the assist team was a little hype still.
No, you feel sorry for me now.
Yeah, I think it's a little hype. So we're doing top 10 leading Premier League scorers for Arsenal. Should be a lot better. Should be a lot better. I think it'll be easier to wheel off names. Let me just grab my phone. Going to give you a quick minute. Bear with me. So yeah, aim of the game, name Premier League Arsenal top 10 leading scorers, and your time starts now.
Thierry Henry.
Yep.
Reyes.
Nope.
Van Persie.
Yep.
Giroud.
Yep.
Theo Walcott.
Yep.
Emmanuel Adebayo.
Nope.
Eduardo.
No.
Perez.
Yeah.
5
more. 30 seconds left.
Nelka.
Nope.
Carney.
Nope.
Freddie Youngberg.
Nope.
Aaron Ramsey.
Nope.
Lacazette.
Yep. That's 6.
Aubameyang.
Yep. That's 7. 15 seconds.
Alexis Sanchez.
Yep. 2 more.
Will Towards.
No, come on. 5 seconds.
Fabregas. Well, Ian Wright.
Okay, that was bang on a minute, but you still missing one.
Did I say Ian Wright?
Yeah, you just got Ian Wright.
Okay.
Yeah, but you missed that one. That was 9. That was a good effort.
It was the last one.
DB10. Bergkamp.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, one, I thought I said him, but 2, I couldn't. Yeah. I thought I should have just said him, to be honest. I listed everyone else.
So it's Ornery, Righty, Van Persie, Bergkamp, Giroud, Aubameyang, Walcott, Perez, Lacazette, and then Sanchez. That's the top 10.
I feel kind of stupid for not saying Bergkamp for now.
It is what it is, to be honest. I mean, just quickly on that list. Do you remember? I think was it maybe 2 seasons ago? I was looking at Aubameyang's numbers, and I was like, this guy, if he continues at this rate, this guy's going to clock 100 Prem goals for us. Light work. And now he just nestles 1 goal behind Giroud. It's nuts.
Listen, Giroud should have never been sold from Arsenal.
Yeah, 100%.
He should have 100%. Never been sold. We always asked for Giroud to be the second choice.
Yeah.
And we signed strikers and then got rid of him.
It's a shame.
But anyway. Orlando later this week. More transfer news coming.
Yep.
Appreciate everyone for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe as well. Catch us on the other socials, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. It's all Cannon Club Live. Paul, any last words before we get out of here?
Yeah, just mirror what you said. Orlando, next up, catch us on our review of that transfer talk during the week. We're now, I think it was 3 weeks to the day, a couple of days ago till the Prem starts. That start is coming quick and fast. I think we've only got another 2 or 3 more games. I think is it Orlando then Sevilla, or is it maybe there's Chelsea. 1 more in between? Chelsea, yeah. So that's another big one to see where we're at. So let's get them signings in. Let's integrate them, and we need 15 points for our first 5 games.
That's it.
Simple. That's what I got to say.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.